And we are back, and we just finished watching Tokyo Godfathers from 2003, rated PG-13 with a runtime of 1 hour and 32 minutes. This is by director Satoshi Kon, the late great Satoshi Kon, with a screenplay by Satoshi Kon and Keiko Nobumoto.
Sorry if we're
butchering your names. This is the story of 3 homeless people. Hana, a trans woman.
Yeah.
Jin, a alcoholic. Absolutely.
Alcoholic gambler, I guess.
Gambler.
Isn't he called like Gramp or something?
No, that was
Miyuki
somebody
calls
else.
him Geezer.
They call him Geezer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Miyuko, a young girl
Teen runaway.
Who stabbed her dad.
We'll get to that. That's all right.
I'm going to say that in the first,
they all have kind of tragic origin stories, and they have all come down this road of homelessness in Tokyo. But it's interesting that they hold to customs and traditions. They go to worship at the temple. They give thanks at the end. Miyuki and Hana do after they've passed off their little bundle. And it's kind of interesting to see that, I guess, juxtaposition. Here are people that have nothing, and yet still hold to certain things.
And plus, like, throughout the film, a lot of it is like faith and luck and
chance.
There's a couple of references to angels there's a lot going on that, like,
the story
it wouldn't work without all of these sort of coincidences coming together, and this sort of quest that they all go upon that leads them all to basically finding things about themselves or revealing truths about themselves or dealing with past mistakes. And it's just, this was great.
Yay, I'm glad you liked it.
This was really good. I've never actually heard of this movie until you mentioned it. But yeah, this was such a sweet story.
And this is technically a Christmas movie since it is on Christmas. And there
to New Year's, yeah.
The keychain. I mean, I feel like this is from 2003, so it's 20 years now. Wow. We're not spoiling anything. The keychain says 1225. The meter, I think, said 12,025 yen. So Christmas, the winning
ticket was 11111 for New Year's.
Right. And
New Year's was like one all like at the end it was New Year's, and that's when all like the real crazy stuff
started happening. At the beginning, they're at this Christmas play.
Yeah, the Christmas play at the local church
or whatever.
So that they can get a meal.
Yes. So
I thought it was funny because like he said he was eating for 2, and like the woman showed up again in the background. And she's like, he is eating for 2.
Yes. That was hilarious. So I guess really quickly, again, these are. It's interesting. While I was watching it, I was thinking about Thomas Anders Jensen.
Oh, okay.
Like his movies, how these broken people come together to form a family. And the same applies here. These are people from they have very tragic origin stories. We don't get too much about Hannah other than her lover dies, which in a very crazy fashion. And the mother's like, oh, the mother, quote unquote mother, is like, oh, did he have AIDS? And she's like, no, he slipped on the soap in the bathroom, which I thought was hilarious. And then I guess Jin's was the more tragic out of all of them, how he just kind of walked away from his family after accruing all this debt. And then you have Miyuki's story, which was also off the wall.
Yeah. No, it all worked together, and it was lovely how they all found each other. They basically sort of became this family of mother, father, and daughter.
Oh, was he a mother?
Hannah was a mother.
She was the mother of the group.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She acted like a wife. She acted like a mother. Yeah, we could call her a mother. She was
the
one
who wouldn't just let them.
God's mistakes, right?
Yeah,
she was born in that body, but she was actually a woman in her
She
heart.
wouldn't let them just turn the baby over.
Yeah.
She definitely felt like, this kid needs
I'm responsible for this.
We need to know what the mother was thinking when she abandoned him, and
yes,
her.
Her, right.
Her,
was
right. The baby was a little girl.
Kyoko.
Yeah, they named her Kyoko, which turned out to be
His daughter.
Jim's daughter's name.
Yes.
And was the mobster's
daughter's
name was also
getting
Kyoko?
married.
Yeah. That was a crazy scene too. They come upon this guy who's being like run over by his car.
Oh my god, that jerk just runs away in the flashback.
Oh, if it's your dog, I'm sure you're not gonna pay attention.
I would have come
to
back if I saw some guy underneath this car about to get killed.
Also, what looks like a mobster. You don't want to mess with those guys.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
That's
think he was a
true.
mobster because like he just looked like some random guy.
Yeah, he just looked like a overweight guy being run over by a crappy looking car.
I mean, if
if he was like had a limo or something, then
Yeah.
but that wasn't like
and
some sort of
bodyguards,
luxury car.
he didn't
Yeah.
have any bodyguards, so I'd be like,
Yeah, where were his
Well, maybe he
dudes?
wasn't worried.
Well, I think he says it's what was it like? It was Sunday, so he gave them off or something,
Yeah.
or it was his daughter's wedding day, so
Yeah.
he gave them off.
you can never be too careful. You should always have some backup, honestly.
Yeah.
But I like that they were just finding themselves in these strange situations that added to their story. But there was also a story going on beyond that, like the whole thing with the mobster, and then suddenly that Spanish guy just guns down that other person.
I like that Spanish guy's wife. She was nice.
Yeah.
It was lovely, yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice little interlude, and you get a little bit more about Miyuki's story.
And thank God you were able to translate for it
Yeah,
because they
'cause
didn't
I-
provide any translation for the Spanish in the movie.
I was
Except
able
for
to.
like one sentence.
No.
It was funny when it was happening. I was like, "Oh, that's Spanish. I should start translating."
Yeah, no,
I think
I knew it
I
was
missed
Spanish.
the first or two sentences, but then I
was
started
able to
translating.
decipher some of it, but I was glad that you were.
Yes.
Thank
I
you.
knew it was Spanish, but too bad they didn't add subtitles in like another color or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Filmmakers, get on that.
But and it was just interesting that like this stuff was happening, and they were just sort of like traveling through it. But it, like I said, it affected their story. It gave more meat to their story for you to learn more about these three people. And I just thought that was like really well done
Handled,
how
yeah.
they handled that. Like
Yeah.
you're generally dealing with a ton of coincidences, and some people may be like, "Oh, so ridiculous, so many coincidences," but it works. It really, really
it does,
works,
yeah.
and you need it for this sort of story. And it works for this sort of story because it's definitely comedic. A lot of comedy going on, very, very smart writing. All the characters are great. I love this movie. Yeah.
Yay! I'm so excited. I wasn't sure how you guys would take to it, but there was a lot of
Honestly,
laughing and
I thought
cheers.
I thought this movie was gonna be about like Godfathers going to Tokyo or something and having like the stupidest vacation ever, where people always try and run them over with cars for some reason.
Well, you know what?
That happened a couple of times. I mean, there was some. That's another thing. Like the animation was great.
Yes.
And the way they conveyed all the animation with the faces and everything, but also just the crazy action. I'm not an action hero. And you're like, oh my God, he's gonna die.
Yeah, like they thought we got crushed by a wall.
Yeah,
Yes,
we thought he got
we
crushed
were
by
like,
the wall.
oh
You see the
no,
bike
not
just
Jin.
explode, and he's like still hanging on for his life.
That woman was crazy. Like she drove that truck into a wall, and he was still able to save the baby.
Yeah.
If that baby was still in the truck, it'd be dead. But that baby lives on because that baby is magic.
Yeah,
I swear
that
to
baby's
God.
got 9 lives.
The baby was like the catalyst for them having to move out of that little convenience store, and then suddenly a truck drives right into it.
Yeah.
And that was also not really explained, but it's
Yeah.
sort of like there's clearly a story going on there too, but
Yeah.
it just affected their lives in that way.
Yeah.
That baby saved them.
Yeah.
In many ways. It brought them closer. It made them have this adventure where Jin rediscovers the family he lost, as
same
does
thing with-
Hannah in a
with-
way.
and Miyoko.
Miyuki. Yeah,
Miyuki, yeah.
I think, yeah. So in a way it was like,
And like a new family too.
right, because then her parents, Kyoko's, or quote unquote Kyoko's real parents, are like, we want them to be the godfather.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though like one of them's an actual woman.
Only one, yes.
Yes. I'm pretty sure that baby almost died 4 times.
It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, that baby.
No, wait, 5,
that baby
including
was,
freezing to death.
The baby was in a lot of peril throughout this movie.
Yes, throughout this film. Yeah, yeah. Even from the beginning.
That baby freaking got dropped off a roof.
Oh my God, that was nuts.
That was crazy.
And the woman would go to save her. It somehow she was still alive. How did that thing turn into a parachute?
I mean, you saw it was the giant gust of wind. So there's other
elements.
things going on here.
Yeah.
This was
Divine
this was like sort of meant to be, and
Yes.
it was. I liked how. I mean, honestly, if they would have just let's just turn over the police, they'd be living in a box still. Instead, they've had this amazing adventure that led them to so much self-enrichment.
Yes.
Well, maybe they could have turned her in early because remember the bag that old man gave him with the winning lottery ticket number? That they could have won millions earlier in the movie.
They wouldn't have gone on. He would never have met that old man.
Yeah.
If they hadn't gone on this quest.
If Hana hadn't said, "I want to keep this baby an extra day,"
Yeah.
That's true.
and then she wanted to find the baby's mother because she wanted to know why the mother would give this child up.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the actual mother.
But that wasn't the actual mother. And that was a crazy scene too because again, thoughts about killing yourself, right? When you're in a desperate situation, it seems like the logical next step to take. But so many people get affected and hurt by that. And in this case, Sachiko, was that her name? Sachiko?
Yeah.
Sachiko?
Sachiko, probably.
I mean, she was in a bad place. And she did something that was terrible. But you ultimately have empathy and compassion for her because you hear why she did what she did. So in one respect, you kind of feel bad for her. But at the same time, sort of like Miyuki said, if you're going to do this, if you're going to off yourself, then do it alone.
Yeah.
When I was watching that scene, I was thinking, I don't know why, my head went to like all these like mass shootings. And if I could tell a mass shooter one thing, what would it be? And it's like, you know what? I understand that you're hurt, but don't do this kind of thing. Because it's such a ripple effect. But getting back to this film, yeah, it's beautifully told. The animation is great. The storytelling, the script, smart, clever, funny, and also heartbreakingly beautiful in many different parts where you see the characters talk a little bit about themselves and offer you pieces about how they came to be on this particular road. I'm going to go around the table and get impressions quickly. Olive G, tell me again, did you like this film?
Yes, absolutely.
Ah, great. 1 to 10, what would you give this film?
I'd probably give this movie like a 9.
9.
A solid 9.
What, did you have a favorite character?
Well, I liked all 3 of the main protagonists.
Very good. Did you have a particular favorite, or did you like Jin, Hana, and Miyuki all
Honestly,
the same?
I just liked them equally. Like, they were all amazing.
They were all amazing. Did you have a favorite scene in this? Don't worry, we can spoil it. It's from 20 years ago. Wow. Yeah.
Now you know how old you feel.
Yeah.
I don't really know what my favorite scene, exactly what my favorite scene is. Like, I think my favorite scene is probably when, like, the lotto ticket is revealed to have the winning numbers. But I also like the scene where the old man was going to eat one of the cats and, like, she was protecting them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because she was very protective of her cat Angel.
Yes, yes.
Which we don't know
And
what
she
happened
said,
to.
well, no, we do know what happened, remember?
Really?
She found that newspaper clipping that said
Miyuki, Angel's home.
Angel's home.
Home, Dad.
What?
Yeah.
When they were looking at the abandoned house, they saw like a
Olivia's
stack
too
of
lazy
papers.
to read subtitles, so
Then,
she probably
then
wasn't
why
paying
did she
attention.
stab him?
She didn't
She
know.
didn't
She
know.
thought that he got rid of the
She
cat.
thought that he had gotten rid of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And remember after when Hana and the baby and Jin are in the thing and she goes to the payphone to call her father?
Yeah.
It's after she read that she calls her house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Olivia's too lazy to read subtitles.
I do read subtitles.
It might have gone too fast. It's okay. It's okay. But you know
I
what?
can't read
It's
as fast
funny.
as you, Grace.
It's funny that you said that. I was going to pick that as my favorite scene because I love how we all collectively like, don't hurt the cats.
Yeah.
We love you, Jin, but don't you dare hurt those cats.
Yeah, we're big on cats.
Yes, we are cat people. G, what'd you think of this film?
It was good. Entertaining.
1 to 10.
Like 8.
An 8. Favorite character?
I like the 3 leads.
Did you have a favorite scene?
I don't know. I guess maybe the end where it's like wrapped up all nice.
Yeah, that's sweet. What about you?
I would give this film a 9. I really enjoyed the hell out of this movie. This was just really good. Yeah.
I'm so happy.
And I kind of wish we had seen it in December so it would fit with all the holiday
stuff, yeah.
Because, this definitely
is a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas end of the year, feel good
type of film.
Type of movie, yeah. It really
well,
is.
It's still cold enough to be Christmas, isn't it?
Not really. This has been a warm January.
Has it?
I mean, it's not like balmy summer weather, but it's in the 50s today. It's mid-January and it was in the 50s.
All right, let's hope that it keeps staying that way.
Yeah.
Feels like
I'm
April
sure we'll
weather.
Pay for it later.
Don't say that. Why do you got to put stuff in the universe like that?
I hope it snows at least 5 feet.
You're still going to school.
That'll never happen.
It's happening somewhere
ever.
else.
Yeah.
But
not here.
We got like an inch of snow one time and they still sent us home.
Yeah, you kids are soft.
Yeah. You'll never survive the zombie
Schools
apocalypse.
are soft.
Well, no, because the teachers have to drive, so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my teacher doesn't live in this town, but
yeah. Most of them don't.
Yeah. My geometry teacher doesn't.
Remember when they were all still school from home and they still gave them a snow day?
That was weird.
That was weird.
that was amazing.
Yeah.
For you.
It's like we don't want them to miss out on a snow day.
Yeah. Let kids be kids.
Yeah,
I was grateful
we
for it
wanna
because I had a project to finish that time, and I was just like really dragging my feet with it.
Yeah, we want a snow day. You know, we want to play in like an inch of snow.
We never go out. You do sometimes.
Sometimes.
All right, so 9, 9, 9, 8. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, absolutely do yourself a favor and check out Tokyo Godfathers. It is from
available on
2003. It's PG-13, 1 hour 32 minutes. It is on YouTube and also PlutoTV and Tubi, but you can buy and rent it on other platforms as well.
Like Amazon and Video Prime.
From the late great Satoshi Kon. Absolutely do yourself a favor and check it out. I think this is a lovely story about finding your quote-unquote family, forgiving yourself, and when you put out kindness, it most certainly will come back to you. And that's it from us, and we will bid you all a
Good night.
good night.
Good night.